Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Nico, and this is another episode at the kitchen where we talk about games, bringing up some old memories, and talking about recent games that we just played and finished. And today's game will be one of the most anticipated among some fans, or some people were not anticipated about this game. However, this game is Alan Wake 2. Back in 2010, when I was able to play this game on Xbox 360, it was something very extraordinary because already Gears of War 2 came out, all those Uncharted came out, and many cool 3D actions and fighting behind the cover were released, and it was really hard to impress or challenge, I would want to say, the players in some brand new setting, brand new IP. And of course, Alan Wake was one of those games from Remedy that everybody kind of anticipated because already came out Max Payne 1, Max Payne 2, like pretty important games for the video game industry. And Sam Lake was the scenario guy. So yeah, we already knew it. We already knew who was he. So yeah, we kind of been excited. However, when the game came out, it was not that great in terms of gameplay. I think, and I still think, that just running through the forest and shooting and shooting some type of zombies that have a shield of the darkness were not that fun for me back in the days. And after that, we have a really long dialogues about the Alan Wake's job, about his maybe some mental issues, about his wife, about his apartment, his work, his journey as the writer. It was really boring for me. And now, 13 years later, I came back to this game. And I played the remastered version, and I want to say this game is still kind of the same game that I remember back in 2010. We have very long battles, we have very long run-throughs through the forest, that constant flashlight, that mechanics that you always never, you never have guns in the beginning of the chapter. So what you're supposed to do, you have to just like run towards the point, pick up gun, then you have to choose either you're gonna pick up a rifle or a shotgun, and then you start fighting, then end of the chapter. Then sometimes you upgrade flashlight, sometimes you do that. You almost never resolve any puzzles. Like there are some puzzles in the forest. I don't know if I'll be able to record this footage when there was like a landing thingy with the trees, and you have to lift it on the specific level and jump over. That's like the only puzzle that I kind of remember. But yeah, everything else was like not the same as Alan Wake 2. And very slowly we're going towards our next main topic, is the waiting time. Yes, I'm gonna talk about other games that Remedy released between this path of Alan Wake 1 and Alan Wake 2. Because 13 years have passed. We had Quantum Break, we had Control. What else we had? Well, again, Alan Wake Remastered. And all those games, as Sam Lake mentioned, they are all in the same universe, which means Control and Quantum Break, it's kinda in the same universe, and maybe one day Alan Wake will be able to meet up characters from Control or Quantum Break, and maybe it will be fun, very fun new franchise, you know. But again, when I used to play those games, I never brought up like Alan Wake, because I knew that Alan Wake is something completely different, something that we won't see forever. Because Alan Wake finished with very open ending, like it's very big cliffhanger. There can be anything after that. So that's why when Alan Wake got released, it was really bad sales, by the way. Nobody appreciated this game, and I thought, yeah, that's it. That was just, some game and that's it, bye. However, 13 years later, oh no, actually, it was 11 years later, when people from Remedy announced Alan Wake 2, it was really something magnificent. It was something like, wow, impossible. They're really gonna do the same thing that we used to experience in 2010. But again, my experience was not that great because I didn't realize how deep the scenario was, how important was the decisions that Wake made throughout his journey regarding Alice, his wife, regarding his writing. It was pretty deep scenario, but again, it was hard to understand till Alan Wake 2. And now when we're finally transitioning towards the sequel that I just finished, I hope you will be able right now to see on the channel the full game, full playthrough. It's like almost 14 hours, but I was able to make it like a little bit less than 14 hours. However, that game was really, really different. Alan Wake 2. It shifted from arcade running shooting game towards really psychedelic survival horror. Yes, Alan Wake 2 is psychedelic survival horror, exactly like Silent Hill 2, almost the same like Resident Evil 4 with the fighting system, but I think it's more like Silent Hill 2, where you have to navigate throughout the city, throughout different places. It will be forest, city, some underground stuff, some outskirts of the city, and you will see how many things have changed since the first part. We won't see any more throughout the chapters when like 10 or 20 enemies attacking you, where you have to switch the flashlight, you have to jump, you have to run. No, it's really different. So first of all, we have two protagonists. First one, as you can see probably on the screen right now, is Saga Anderson, FBI agent searching and looking for some, mysterious murders with Alex Casey, which is Sam Lake. Yes, that's exact same guy from Max Payne. So I hope you do recognize him. Yeah, and then not immediately, but pretty soon we have Alan Wake. We grab him literally from the lake, and yeah, that's where the game starts to be completely different. So I finished the game as Saga first. So yeah, the games gives you an option. You can play at the same time as Saga or as Alan Wake, but I decided to finish first part and then switch to another part. So I finished the Saga. I think it's more towards Resident Evil 4, but with many, many issues. First of all, the issues is the entire mechanic and shooting. So the mechanic works like we picking up the guns, we grabbing the flashlight, and that's it. We can upgrade the guns through the lunchboxes papers where we were looking throughout the game, but I was playing pretty carefully, and I was able to find only like 32 or 36 pages, which means it's roughly 2 upgrades. And that was really sad, because there are so many upgrades in this game. Until I reached the ending of Saga's journey, I was like, wait, what's going on? Where can I use those upgrades that I already had? Or where are there upgrades? Well, seems like the game wants you to be very careful with the with the things that you're grabbing throughout your journey and that you're upgrading. So yeah, Saga Anderson more like Resident Evil 4, but with very, very big issues, especially with inventory management. I really didn't like the shooting. It was really awkward when you like dodging at the same time and you like chasing some enemies, or enemies are chasing you throughout the level. I really didn't like it, and I don't appreciate it that kind of developers look towards like those big games of Capcom. However, once I switched to Alan Wake, this is where the game changed. And this is where the game changed completely different. I'm not gonna say it will be good way or bad way, but it was different. So, and immediately what we saw is musical. Yes, I think this musical is one of the most greatest things that ever happened in video game industry. Amazing song, amazing lyrics, amazing gameplay. It's really fun to run around and shoot, zombies. Yes, maybe it's a little bit, I don't want to say silly, but it's a little bit funny when like Alan Wake and those characters like Sam Lake, they're like, pointing like, oh yeah, go here, they singing about an old guard, of course, I've completely forgot to mention old gods of Asgard, the same old dudes from very first Alan Wake game that are became like even more old, even more again, I don't want to say stupid, but very very old. Yeah, let's say they're very old, but still they have enough gunpowder in their guns to do the rock. Yes, and metal. Yeah. Maybe one day heavy metal will come back to our lives, but anyway, it's different topic for different video. However, so after Alan Wake's musical, we go into the city, we navigating through different structures. There will be a cinema, there will be a subway, there will be Hotel Ocean View, nice reference to the lake, the hotel from The Shining by Stephen King. Yeah, and all those things that you see throughout the game is really interesting. They're so fabulous. It's just sometimes you even like have that small tear in your eyes and like, oh my gosh, yes, I remember this thing. It's like from Twin Peaks, from some movies, from Stephen King's books. It's literally fabulous. However, as I mentioned with Saga, we have upgrades. Yes, we have so many upgrades as Alan Wake. I think we have even more upgrades as Alan Wake than Saga for some reason. But maybe it will be a little bit spoiler, but maybe not. I don't think so. It's spoiler. Alan will not have huge fights. Yes, there will be no like big bosses. There will be no like huge, ghosts like from Resident Evil or somewhere. No, it will be mostly enemies, some big enemies, of course, but nothing like very serious. And this is why the upgrades for Alan Wake, like for Alan, right, is even more awkward. They're even more unbalanced and badly managed throughout the game. Because till the point when I reached the game and I was like, okay, should I upgrade the inventory? Should I upgrade the gun? Should I upgrade? It was the ending already. And when I upgraded the thing, I was like, wait, hold on. What was the point for me for upgrading those things if the game ended? That's what happened. And I was really confused since the title had no New Game Plus. I was, wait, how can I upgrade fully myself? I'm gonna feel the power of Alan Wake, of the writer of FBI agent Saga Anderson. Well, nothing like that happened. However, switching back to Alan, I really like this, like his part of the game in comparison to Saga, because he had more survival thing, more psychedelic, psychological, like more horror things than Saga. Yes, Saga definitely had lots of horror things as well, but Saga had her mind detective part, like where we pressing a select, or like on the left side of the, I still don't know how to properly call it on Xbox. So on the left side from that main logo, we clicking it, and we go inside of the Saga's brain, and we aligning the photos on the board and figuring out, oh, what is going on here, what's going on here, blah blah blah, and yeah, that's it. So that part was really not that good for me personally, but I know lots of people that really enjoyed it because it's completely different type of gameplay where you have to search, where you have to be a real detective. Yes, at first I really liked it, but later, till the end of the game, I kind of got a little bit tired, I'm sorry. So later, with Saga, when we finished her part, we're switching back to different, kind of realities, and then the scenario becomes really, really heavy, and this is where the game shows that it's really true masterpiece. But till that time, again, as I mentioned, very bad mechanics. I didn't talk about optimization. Yeah, how how good the optimization is on Xbox Series S, but we'll reach till that moment. So again, it was a bad mechanics, really awkward upgrades, interesting but not good shooting that got probably from... It was a main idea from Resident Evil 4, and plus to all those things that I mentioned, we have the worst issue in this game. And again, please, it's only for Xbox Series S, the small white console. And the optimization, yes, FPS, 30 FPS, it's good, it's not lagging, it's not freezing, it's perfect. But we have multiple artifacts, graphical artifacts. Especially before the patch of the day, because I did the pre-order. And I played immediately when the game got released, and only like 2 days or 3 days later they released the patch that kind of fixed some things, and even soft locks. Yes, this game had soft locks where if you won't pick up any item and you pass it through, you won't be able to come back or proceed. Which means that's a pure soft lock and you have no choice but to restart the entire game from the very beginning. Yeah, if you didn't save before that item, obviously. So yeah, Xbox Series S, especially in the second part of the game, had lots of crashes. I had crashes every 20 minutes, and that was... I think it was unacceptable. Because back in the days, on Xbox 360, if you do see the graphics right now on Alan Wake Remastered, I think the graphics were really decent. I want to say it's one of the best graphics on Xbox 360. Yeah, I'm not going to compare it to any other titles, but in general, yes, the graphics were really good. And honestly, I don't remember any single crash in this game. The only game that actually crashed in my life, I think it was Witcher 2, but it's another topic for another video. Yeah, another video for sure. But yeah, Alan Wake 2, it was crashed, especially on Saga Anderson, every 20 minutes. So if you watch my full game playthrough right now, you could see that I was saving the game almost all the time. I was saving the game every 5 minutes, maybe even every 3 minutes. I did something, I did the detective mode, I opened the thing, saved, opened it, saved, upgrade, save. Yeah, that was definitely not a save scam, because again, I just tired of getting crashed all the time. It was a miracle, I want to say, that I finished this game till the very end. I didn't switch to PC because I had a chance to go play on PC, but I don't have that powerful PC. I still have GTX 1070 Ti, and I heard it barely works. So it's better to, keep playing on Xbox Series S. Yes, I do have Xbox Series X, but I definitely won't be able to have access to it for a really, really while, and I still wanted to play this game, and I wanted to finish it. However, some sections with Alan and with Saga, especially in the city and hotels, the graphics were fabulous. Yes, right now you can see this is the graphics that I recorded from Xbox Series S, and no, it's not, it's not filtered, it's not edited, it's not that upscaling thing, no. It's just the pure graphics from the pure hardware, and yeah, I think it's really nice. Yes, they use FSR, I think 2.0. I'm not sure if 3.0 is still been assisted on this little console, or implemented, sorry, bad word. Yeah, but in general, I was able to finish it pretty quickly, I still think. Like, I've spent... Without editing, without anything that you saw in the video, it's like probably 15 hours, maybe 16 hours. Yes, there are some puzzles I got stuck. Yes, there is like some interesting puzzles that I'm not gonna tell you where I found them, and how did I solve them, but because you can play by yourself and try to solve them by yourself. But again, that's really, really nice mathematical and algebra that the game developers wanted you to, switch from the from very aggressive action sections to very slow paced, where you have to literally pick up the pen and paper and start solving like in high school. Yeah, that was really amazing. But if we're gonna go into some conclusions, or if we're gonna compare it to my old memories, yes, Alan Wake 2 is definitely masterpiece. It's much, much better than the first part in terms of everything. In terms of story, in terms of music, in terms of gameplay. Everything is much, much better. However, that much better is unfortunately getting compared with titles like Resident Evil 4, with like Silent Hill, with some other Remedy's games, which is really not that good. I really want those Finland, yes, by the way, they're from Finland, Remedy game developers. I really want them to find their own style. For example, there are some sections where Alan were changing the reality by writing the story into his diary on the blackboard. I mean, first on the diary, then on the blackboard, and then in the reality, he could change, he could switch the reality. And that segments of the game was really, really good, because you have to pay attention to the whole environment. You have to see, oh, you have to go there. No, you have to go upstairs. And then, hold on, what if I will switch the reality and what will change? And there are many things are getting changed, and sometimes there are not many things that are getting changed. And this is where you opening your diary and like open your kind of imagination and trying to imagine, oh, what will happen if I switch to ritual scene, to the murder scene or something else. And yeah, many things are getting popped up, many things you're noticing, and you understand, wow, how genius it is. And in terms of how genius Sam Lake is, yeah, there's so many texts, there's so many newspapers, videotapes. Every song is having meaning. Every letter, every word is trying to tell you about this universe, about this world, about everything that you could ever imagine. And on this positive note, I think this is the best time to finish, guys. So I hope there will be zero editing. Yeah, I really want to make these episodes at the kitchen. Like, really, we feel like you're sitting right next to me and I'm just like telling my experience, my story, my memories. So thank you very much for watching it till the very end. Please join the channel. Subscribe on Twitch, Twitter, X, Instagram. Put like, leave comment, and I'll definitely see you next time.